And generally, even though I'm an extrovert, many of you know that the ENTPs are some of the most introverted acting extroverts, and I've really kind of brought that down to because our thinking is introverted, and their main function that's extroverted is actually our intuition, which is creative. So if I'm around relationships, which is making me having to feel and have emotions, then that stresses out my creative process, because I don't know how to deal with the feelings as much. So I just tend to kind of want to stay away from more people. I'm not a party person. I do not like parties. If you invite me to a party, I probably won't come unless I just know I'm going to be around people where I'm really going to have some good conversations with, and I'm really excited about those conversations. I love to be around people who are going to give me that deep relationship, the deep conversations. More recently, that has really been other NTs, and I just am getting really excited whenever I find out one of my friends or someone I just met I realize that they're an NT or an NF. Specifically INFJ. My husband's an INFJ, and we get along amazingly, and there's just so much communication that we've put in to realize where we're coming from, both of us, how our mind works, and how our personality really, how they both work and how they both work together. We've really talked about that in deep depth. So it's really easy for us to go, okay, you're just that's your introverted thinking, honey, and you're not speaking out loud. What are you introverted thinking about? And that's kind of how we can sometimes communicate if he's really quiet. But he's an INFJ, and he's always, normally, most of the time, he's willing to talk and tell me what he's thinking about. And sometimes he's like, give me 5 minutes, and really 5 minutes is all he needs, and then he'll be able to talk with me if it's been a really rough day. So with my emotions, like I think I was saying, I do not understand other people's emotions very well. And I try, but it's so hard for me to pick up any, like facial expressions or anything. Those things are completely foreign to me. In fact, my own emotions are rather foreign to me, because I don't even understand why I have this initial emotion. Normally I have to go through, and it takes me a long time to realize why my feelings are doing this emotion and what my feelings really are. It takes me a long time, and normally I just am very frustrated and irritated until I realize why my emotions are this way. At the same time, like, I'll just all of a sudden just be peppy and be happy, and I'm normally, like, especially if somebody around me is upset, I tend to try to get, be a little peppy. And then if they're a more thinking type, I try to really get into what they like and what they're thinking about, and see if I can relate with them on that topic. And I can normally successfully relate to other NTs, even when we don't have anything in common, because like, I do not watch Star Trek, but saying one of my friends, like, I had a friend that brought up an INTJ that brought up some stuff about Star Trek, and I was trying to relate with him through the characters. Well, I really don't know much about the characters, but just him kind of giving me a brief overview, I can kind of just understand naturally. So I had another friend who was talking about Doctor Who, and I was able to communicate with him about Doctor Who, and I've never seen a single episode, and he just completely adored me because I was able to talk with him about Doctor Who. Now, I'm pretty sure he's another ENTP, and our religious views, our political views are completely separate. We watch two completely different things, but there was kind of just this mutual respect there. that we had. At least I hope he had respect for me, because we were both able to relate and try to be able to have those better conversations. And I kind of, now that I think about it, he would get kind of that initial stress out too. I would never get stressed at work. He had a lot that was just kind of thrown at him constantly. And after a certain amount of throwing at him, he would get really frustrated and just be like, sure, yeah, I'll do it. No, he'd do it, but he was not happy. And everybody knew, like, okay, just back away. I'm pretty sure he was an ENTP, but I feel like just as a different type of, like if we could break down ENTPs into just like one form and another, probably a different form. I've always been, and maybe I'll just continue this about like research and just different things that I've done. But anyway, I hope that that is kind of a somewhat of an intro and overview to an ENTP emotions. If you're an ENTP and you feel the same way, comment below. If you don't, I would love to hear your comments. One thing about me, at least as an ENTP, is if you disagree with me, if you can tell me why, I would love to know that, because it just it helps me put everything into a better perspective. Anyway, I'm the Summer Penguin again, and I'll see you soon.